Hello. I would like to start a series of reflections, of meditations, of musings about what this is all about, what life is about, and what is really important when we are alive, because we won't be forever. That's for sure. Right now I have a friend, he's very old and he was dying, and I have no news from him, and I'm not sure if he's still alive. So I think that stimulated a bit of my reflections, because, who am I? Who am I when all this stuff is gone? When all that I see here, all my accumulated gadgets, stuff, books, devices, my house, my bank accounts, my friends, my connections, when all that is gone, who am I then? And all the memories. So I was just reflecting about who am I really when all this is gone, all the external things and all the memories. I went back, I reflected going back to my childhood, and to all the family histories before my birth, even the grandparents, the different countries, all the stories that were hovering around in all these families, all these countries, the history of all these countries. And then I was born, and then I grew up in a certain family with a certain setting, and that has been deeply woven into my fabric, into my personality, into who I am, who I feel to be, who, the felt sense I have of myself right now is very much this body, is very much this history, is very much all these memories. I've had a long life with many different parts of it, with many people, many events, many locations. That's all present. Everything I'm seeing is kind of colored by it. So, what is it? And when I'm asleep and I'm dreaming, then I dream something completely different context. All that is gone. I'm suddenly somewhere else. Somebody completely different. It feels completely different. So the idea is to feel around, going to the very deep core of, my existence. When I close my eyes, I think, who am I? What am I? How does it feel? Going deeply, whatever you call it, soul. What is this soul? Is it a ball of light? Is it something? It's not physical in the way we are used to have something physical. So is it always colored by something? And when it's not colored by anything, what does remain? What does remain of my being me? This is scary, actually, quite scary. And also kind of, one can relax into it, thinking, so what, if nothing is left, there will be nothing, nobody's left to complain about it. That's kind of a humoristic way of looking at it, but still, we're now very serious in thinking about that. So, who am I when all is gone, when all these memories are gone? When everything that I'm identifying with is gone? What is left? What is this very special, odor, this very special fabric, texture, color, sound that maybe is the sum total of all the experience my very core has gone through. So I've done some reincarnation experiences where we went back under hypnosis or light hypnosis and found me being me in a different body at a different time, even a different gender. And I actually lucky to have made these experiences which have kind of put something, a distance between my identification of this life and the core of myself. I mean, I've kind of lives, you know, I've had this kind of experiences that go back like 2,000 years. There have been quite a number of lives that I have identified. I'm not sure it's, you know, symbolic or whatever, but let's suppose it's something very real. And even, you know, something from the future. Because to, you know, bend your mind even more, I can say, you know, maybe the present and the past and the future happen all at once. They're all connected, organically connected. And I can, from here, from my point of presence, in the present, that's a very powerful moment. I can, you know, influence, touch anything in the past and in the future. And I don't know if there are more of these power moments. Are all these different selves of mine living a moment when they say, yeah, now, I am now? Or is it just me here being now? You know, sometimes I imagine the whole thing like a huge hard drive where, you know, every possible scenario, every possible universe is already there. All, you know, it's like different frames of a movie. It's an infinite movie where all possible frames are already there. They are just, you know, they don't move, they are there. And what we do is moving from one frame to another. We actually navigate to the universe we choose. We could say we create, but it's a choice where we, you know, a movement that our consciousness does is, you know, whatever we identify with, whatever attracts us, makes us very subtly move from one universe to another. So it's all these questions. Who am I? Who am I? You know, when all is gone, who am I? I've painted several years ago. There was a friend of mine who died, and then we did a painting session, and then I made a painting of him. It was kind of an intuition. I painted a ball of golden light on an orange background. Maybe I can put it in later if I put this video up. And yeah, are we this ball of light? And then if we are this ball of light, how does it feel to be this ball of light? Does this ball of light say, I am this ball of light, and I'm going to choose to send a little tricklet of myself into a new incarnation, and let's have fun. Okay, these are all great questions, so we can continue later. Okay, have a nice day, and hopefully I have stimulated some of your thoughts.